Hello fellow Star Wars fans, my name is Starrapter and welcome to the channel. I'm super excited to talk about Coruscant live action after the events of Return of the Jedi and the Fall of the Empire. We are looking at Coruscant in the latest episode of The Mandalorian, Season 3, Episode 3, titled The Convert. There will be spoilers for The Mandalorian in this episode. You have been warned. We are going to be talking about everything that's happened from Return of the Jedi up into the events of The Mandalorian, which take place several years after the Fall of the Empire. What has happened to Coruscant? We see there's New Republic officers. It's a whole different kind of look than it was before. We're going to get into all that, what has transpired during these years. But first, if you are a fan of Star Wars, if you like The Mandalorian and going deep into the lore and the little things and the little nitty gritty things, I am the right channel for you. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe for more on this type of content. So diving into it, first of all, the capital of Coruscant is no more. As we've seen right after the events of Return of the Jedi and events of the Aftermath series of books, we have Mon Mothma declaring Chandrila as the new Coruscant, basically as the new capital of the galaxy. So what has happened after the events of Return of the Jedi is you have the Imperials that are hanging on. They're doing this thing called Operation Cinder, which is this order by a now deceased Emperor Palpatine, and one of his biggest followers, Gallius Rax, has taken this word of advice and has prepared this contingency plan where all the Imperials are going to meet on Jakku and have this final battle before the remnants go out into the unknown regions. Hence, a lot of the forces were pulled away from Coruscant. Even Grand Admiral Ray Sloane suggested to bring reinforcements there, and Gallius Rax wouldn't let her do that. So basically, there's a lot less forces of the Imperials around, a year after the events of Return of the Jedi, after the destruction of Death Star 2. There's just a contingent. The ISBs having a little blockade there, and you have Masameda, who has now basically been promoted to like the officer of the Empire, the leader of the Empire, but he's more of a figurehead, and he's holding things out in the Imperial District, in the Federal District, and eventually push comes to shove. All these riots are happening, all this guerrilla warfare is happening on the surface of Coruscant, and he eventually surrenders to Mon Mothma as well as Leia Organa, and he decides to sign this Galactic Concordance, which officially surrenders the Empire to the New Republic, and in doing so creates the Coruscant as one of the first founding members of the New Republic government. So what happens to the rest of these people that are Imperials that are defecting? We see a lot of that in the Alphabet Squadron trilogy, in which we have one character, Erica Quell, who ended up becoming a deserter from the New Republic, goes to the Empire, then it basically gets back again, and she has housing on Coruscant, similar to what we see Dr. Pershing have. There's this amnesty thing that happens where a lot of these Imperials are treated with respect from a certain degree and a second chance at life in this new government. So I really enjoyed seeing that they included such, perspectives, and really, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni adhered to the current Star Wars lore when building this episode. Just quick thoughts about Coruscant in general is I liked how things look compared to Attack of the Clones, compared to what we see in Andor, very stark white, and now we see the galaxy is getting back to what its roots again. We see a Coruscant that kind of reminds me a little bit of Attack of the Clones or Revenge of the Sith. They have like a little circus, they're playing a rendition of March of the Resistance, and they have these cool lollipop things that don't dissolve. I don't know, they look awesome, but it's very interesting seeing the New Republic now stationed as the overseers of Coruscant. This is our first look at the New Republic, and things are looking a little bit iffy, if you ask me, with their ways of dealing with their inmates and different things with this Mind Flayer device and all that. But I digress. I really enjoyed seeing Coruscant for the first time in live action after the events of the Fall of the Empire, something I've been craving to see what has happened. Hopefully we get more of it. What do you think about seeing Coruscant for the first time in live action after the events of Return of the Jedi? Let me know in the comments section down below. For more on Star Wars lore, you're already in the right place. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon to be notified when future videos go live. That is a good deal for me, Starrapter. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also included 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.